everybody, Crystal Beaudry here with Crystal's Clean Kitchen, where we help make clean eating a lifestyle. So we're doing a special event for the month of December. We're posting every single day for 25 days. It's called the 25 Days of Christmas. And they're all Christmas themed recipes. So you guys make sure to go check out some of the other stuff that we have been doing. In today's episode, we're going to be making a blueberry white chocolate chip cookie. These are so good, seriously. And it's such a unique combination. You guys are going to love it. The other good thing about this recipe is that it's completely low carb friendly and keto approved, which I love. Thank you so much for watching. But before we get into it, would you do me a huge favor and hit that like button? Only because it helps the algorithm to send this video to more people. Thanks so much. Here is all the ingredients that you need for your white chocolate chip blueberry cookies. So we're gonna be starting with 1 cup of some almond flour. Then you need 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. Now that mixture of almond flour and coconut flour is what makes this so delicious. It's going to make it not too hard and not too soft. If you wanted it more crispy, then you would just use almond flour, and you would probably actually need to add a little bit extra, of course, for this recipe. Then for our sweetener, we are going to be doing some monk fruit. You need 1/3 cup of sweetener. I will make sure to link that on Amazon. We also need 1/3 cup of some softened butter. You'll need 1 egg, a pinch of some sea salt. You all know that I love Celtic sea salt. You also need 1 teaspoon of some baking powder. Now this is my own homemade recipe. It is completely grain-free, which most baking powders have aluminum in them, as well as cornstarch, which if you're trying to stay away from corn, that can be problematic. You also need 1 teaspoon of some vanilla. And then we're going to be adding in our wild blueberries. Now these are going to be frozen. Wild blueberries are a little smaller than regular blueberries, which is why I chose it. They're perfect for a cookie recipe, I think. So you need 1/3 cup of blueberries. And then we'll be doing 1/2 cup of some white chocolate chips. Now these have no added sugar to them. They are sweetened, I think, with erythritol, but I'm not positive. But it is a low carb sweetener. Okay, let's get started. So just like I would with regular flour cookies, we're gonna cream our butter and our sugar. So that means you're probably going to have to beat it for a couple of minutes. My butter's a little hard, so. But ideally you wanna use soft butter. Our batter is nice and creamed. As I used butter that was not totally softened, it took a little bit longer for me when I was beating this. So now we're going to be adding in 1 egg and about 1 teaspoon of some vanilla. And then mix it together again. So as you can see, the batter is still a little chunky, which is totally fine. We're going to be adding in our dry ingredients now. Now you could mix these together separately if you prefer. I know sometimes I do mix them separately together. So that was my 1 cup of some almond flour. I'm going to do my 1 teaspoon of some baking powder, little pinch of salt. And then if you check the batter, just see like how it's looking. I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon of some coconut flour. Now, if you are wanting your cookies to be a lot crispier, then you want to do just almond flour. But if you want it to be a little softer, then adding coconut flour is really, really helpful for that. And coconut flour does take a little bit of time to kind of absorb into itself. So you want to go slow when you're adding coconut flour. So I'm going to be checking the dough to see how firm it is. This is looking beautiful. Here is how the batter looks. Now that the batter's done, we're going to be adding in our white chocolate chips. The 1/2 cup of white chocolate chips and 1/3 cup of the frozen blueberries. Now you want to make sure that these are frozen. And again, I bought the tiny wild blueberries. And then we're just going to slowly incorporate this into the dough so that it doesn't get overmixed. I don't want all of the blueberries to just burst and get just mangled, which is why I'm kind of being gentle. Then I'm going to be taking my dough and putting it on some cling wrap, kind of making sure all the pieces are together. I'll be wrapping it up I'm gonna kind of push it down a little bit so that it cools faster. Then I'm gonna be putting this in the refrigerator for about a half hour. I just took my dough out of the refrigerator. I actually went and ran some errands, so it was in there for about an hour. Then I am going to just form these into balls. You can do any size that you prefer. Well, the blueberries have started to melt, so I could have actually put these in the freezer for a little bit also, so that those blueberries wouldn't have melted. Then I'm going to be baking these at 350 degrees for about 12 to 14 minutes. Just took these out of the oven. I had them in for 14 minutes, and a couple of them are just kind of lightly golden brown on the top. I'm gonna let them completely cool down. Here it is. Let's give it a taste test. Oh, these are so good. Blueberry is one of my favorite fruits, and this did not disappoint. It is perfect. You could also try this with some chopped up macadamia nuts. That would be really good in here too. Oh, look at this. It held up really, really well. It's fluffed up just like a regular cookie would be. And it's soft, but not too soft, not too hard. It is perfect, the perfect texture. Don't forget, we're doing that whole 25 days of Christmas event. So make sure to go check out some of the other recipes that we have posted, because this is like the Christmas corner at Crystal's Clean Kitchen. You guys, you're going to love it. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay tuned for some more great recipes. Merry Christmas.